Minister, I welcome the opportunity today to examine the impact the pandemic is having on the educational sector. Like many colleagues, we've all been contacted by students, parents and teachers over the last couple of weeks. Reopening schools last September was a great national achievement, and I want to pay tribute to the teachers, the SNAs, the principals, caretakers and all other stakeholders who have helped reopen our schools and keep our children safe up until Christmas. Their efforts have ensured schools are safe places, which was acknowledged in the NEFIT letter to Government on the 5th of January, particularly the fact that 75% of schools had no engagement with public health authorities during that time. However, given the recent surge in COVID numbers and with the advent of the B117 variant, the Government was right to move to online learning for the month of January to limit the number of people moving around the country. Like all parents, I acknowledge the challenges that online learning presents. Despite the best efforts of teachers, online learning is no substitute for classroom time. Many children don't, or indeed can't, engage well in an online environment, and it's difficult for both pupils and parents alike. It also provides less hours for the learner as opposed to the in-class environment. The latest lockdown with the online learning has presented many challenges for parents of particularly younger children, parents who are trying to juggle online learning and indeed working from home. It's not easy for them, and not to mention those homes with limited or no access to either IT equipment or broadband. Especially worrying for the 6th-year students. This group of students have been badly impacted, both in 5th year, they lost a number of months, and then indeed they've lost 3 months of class time last year in 2020 and will lose yet another month this year. Many of them have been in contact with me and are all extremely anxious by the situation. Many want the opportunity to sit the traditional Leaving Cert, but others would prefer the option of a predicted grade. I recognise the tremendous effort made by the Minister to allow them some classroom time this month. It's unfortunate that it could not proceed, and we should do everything possible to support these students. I would hope that by June the vaccine rollout and public health situation will be such that it's possible to sit exams, but the loss of classroom time needs to be considered, Minister. I would ask you to examine the possibility of introducing the predicted option and to consult with students, parents and teachers in advance of making any early decisions on this issue. Students need to know as soon as possible. I welcome the news from the Minister working with educational partners to reopen the special schools and special primary classes from next Thursday. This will come as great relief to many parents who have been in contact with me. I want to thank the Minister, teachers, SNAs, principals and everyone involved for their efforts. While schools are safe, it should be recognised that staff with underlying conditions and those who care for elderly or vulnerable relatives at home have legitimate concerns in relation to COVID. I hope with local arrangements can be agreed to facilitate them. Unfortunately, we need to get the vaccine rolled out to particularly at-risk teachers and SNAs as soon as possible, and I'd ask the Minister to raise this with the Minister for Health.
Cormac Devlin.